Hello, I'm Milana Lynch and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing how I organize my December daily supplies. Our products are here, y'all, shipped and at our doorstep, and I'm so excited to dig into my project that I needed to organize these right away. I wanted to share a bit with you how I'm organizing my supplies this year, and I've also dedicated a new spot in my craft room just for December daily items, and I can't wait to share it with you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so below and like and comment how are you organizing your December daily supplies this year. Let's get right into today's video. So I kick things off with these stamp sets. They're really awesome, and I'm also showing you this. I got this last year. I know that it's quite popular in the community. I love it so much, and I can't wait to use it. So pull it out of storage and pop these little squares or rectangular things into it to kind of just hold embellishments. And I also have this stadium organizer, which I love. I have this from scrapbook.com. I will link it down below for you. I will link all the supplies, so please feel free to click on my links. Some of them have discounts off of them and whatnot, and it really helps to support my channel. So starting off with the stamps, because they're probably one of the easiest things to do. Stamps are gorgeous this year. They're gorgeous every year, but I quite like, I guess, collecting them, as I'm sure a lot of us do. I really want to make a concerted effort to use more of my stamps this year. So I feel like the first thing I'm going to do with foundation pages is pull out the pages that I love but that are easy to create, you know, some of those with the prompt pages and whatnot. And then my next step will be creating my stamped pages, because I like doing those as early as possible. So loving these stamps. I also like these die cut inserts. I've used one for my two actually for my title page. That video is up on my channel, so if you haven't checked it out yet, I will put a card up there to link to it. And then I'm getting through the journal cards, embellishment, just pulling one at a time. I have them in a pile on my little desk organizer. So unfortunately the papers are a bit too thick for this, but what I decide to do, and I think I'll show it later on, is put the papers into the box that came this year, which can actually fit the papers. So exciting. Squealed when I saw that. So popping in my 3x8s, my stickers. I'm just looking for things that are similar sizes. I could pull out some of the smaller prompt pages and package those on their own, probably with the 6x8 specialty papers, or even with these die cut inserts, they work well with. And then using the front bits for the smaller embellishments, labels, the word strip, cardstock pieces, little banners and things like that. So quite love how it's coming together. Let me know in the comments below, are you team leave it in the cellophane packages or team remove it and keep them? I think I'm a bit like, I keep it like this because I know that I'm not going to use all of them this year, and I don't want to throw them out. Neither do I want to keep the plastic wrappings in just like a pile until after December daily. I guess that could be another option, to keep them in a pile and then when I'm done, put back in what I haven't used. But yeah, I find it a bit tricky to have them separated in a pile, but everybody has a different way, and I always love hearing what everybody else does as well for their organization. So those envelopes this year, how fun are the new design of envelopes. And I also love these frames, so wanting to keep the frames together as well, make a foundation page with quite a few of those. I am excited to work on foundation pages this week. I know that everybody does them, and I know especially this year because, you know, everything came just a touch later than usual. It's been a tricky year. I'm really grateful to, you know, Ali and the team, the warehouse staff, and everybody for, you know, getting these out to us quickly. But it's been a tricky year for sure. And this community is the best. It's just class act, always great. And I love that we love each other and love this project and have been so kind during it all. So touching on these tabs, which I love and I wish I had more of. I think every year I feel that way. I'm going to open up my advent calendar, I think from probably today, because I want to see. I'm pretty sure I don't know what's in there, and I know that a lot of people like to keep it a secret. But I want to see if I can use some more of those. And I like keeping them as well in my stash like this so that I use them during the season. So, because a lot of times they theme really well with the products. So, anyway, this is the main kit now that I'm pulling out things from, and just popping in as well the smaller embellishments. How fun are those gold glitter words alphas? And I also realized, I'm not sure, I mean, I haven't heard it spoken about in the community, but I also realized that the beige, I think it's called neutral alpha, and it was one of the shop items this year. It matches perfectly with numbers from what I believe was last year's advent calendar. So if you're wanting to have the same color and style, alphas and numbers, please, if you have the advent calendar, check through those, because I pulled that out quite by mistake, actually. And I was like, oh, these are exactly the same. So I put them together in this stadium organizer, and so I hope that you have them as well. So these journal cards, 3x4, 4x4, I feel like I will use quite a bit of page protectors this year, so just keeping those close as well. And then I really love having the washi tape as well. I popped that into the closest spot, and this lovely red chipboard numbers will be fun. I have my little lovely box here, and that's when I'm like, oh yeah, I could definitely use these to store the papers, since I'm not sure where I would put them. In the meantime, I could also put them under my riser here on my desk. There is a spot. I usually put my laptop there just to keep my desk clear, but we'll see how we go throughout the season. The labels, I put the die in there next to the label so that I know where that it is there and that I remember to use it when I need to. And then these are some extra stamps. I had pulled these things out to make foundation pages, but since I wasn't yet at that process where I was making more pages beside my title page, reason why, I figured I might as well put them together. And that's one of the ideas I have for those in Marian Brights with some labels. You'll see how we go. This week I plan on working on some foundation pages every moment that I can. So this is my little stadium setup. I really love it. I remember that I have this star kit. I also have the advent calendar, which I mentioned earlier. And I'm always very mindful that I'm not sure if to take it apart and set it up when I'm setting these things up, or if to open it like an actual advent. I think I'll definitely just do that over the next few days. At least I have them in my stash. I'll still open it as an advent, but probably like an early. I've been good. I've been good. I haven't been naughty. So I got to open my advent calendar before December. Kind of vibe. I know quite a few people open it in November. And so yeah, we'll see how we go. So these star booklets, which I love. I have enjoyed seeing the pages and whatnot for this. Like in the product play lesson. Those are really nice. Those are released I want to say this weekend or probably on Friday. So that's been fun to see. I know Ali is also listed as creating it for prep day, which is about next weekend. So we'll see how that goes too, and then I'll decide what I want to do with my star matchbooks. So going through that, and also I pulled out some things from kits this year, so one little word kits that I thought would also fit in well with December daily theme. So these scallop booklet, this kind of labels as well, these all came from one little word kits this year, and I'm just popping those in to my little stash there. On this sits right next to my desk on top of Alex drawers, and I usually have it facing away from my desk, but what I did was I put it facing me so that I can see it clearly and access everything clearly during the season. I have some ribbon in there as well, and my ribbon drawer. So I have 3 sets of Alex drawers now. So the one right behind me houses ribbons and some embellishments like from Tim Holtz and that kind of thing. So those are easy to access. And this is how it all looks. Love how it came out. And then this is my December daily wardrobe shelving. So I set this up when I was doing my craft room organization a couple months ago, and now I'm able to add in my albums here. So these are my unused albums up top, then my albums that I've already filled. So just showing you a bit more, like I have quite a few 6x8 and 10x8 up there, and then these are albums that I've done in the past. Some of my baby's first Christmas, Santa through the years, and then these are my smaller albums before my December daily organizer, and then this will be stash that I'm going to use this year from. So I also have some 4x6 albums in there, some current Christmas photo from our Santa photo shoot on the 1st of November, some labels, and I'm gonna pull up from these kits. Those are some past kits, and I've labeled each of them actually. They have like journal cards and some, throwaway cards and others, pockets, stamps in there from all the kits, and so each of them have a label, and then I'm gonna put some that I want to use up top. So like these stars from previous years and other little embellishments. So let me show you how I set that up as well. I've decided to try this pulling out the embellishments and popping them in there kind of thing, because I feel like this might be more of a permanent fixture. I would probably just leave it like this in my wardrobe. I guess my only concern would be, but I think it would work when I'm finished with December daily this year and I'm packing away any excess things. I believe that it will fit in this new box because it's bigger, and I'll be able to pack that into one of the baskets you saw with the other December daily boxes. So I have things like, one pocket here, some embellishments there, things that I like and I don't have a lot of. I'll probably pull those out and see how I can incorporate them this year. I have all these 2x2 plastic pieces, which I love every year. And so I may be able to use some more of those. Those are always nice to keep handy because I feel like I use them quite a bit. And then I have like stickers, little labels, these vellum pieces I really like. Some tags, which will be fun to use. Chipboard, we have quite a few frames this year, so it made sense to me to pull the frames out in case I'm doing, some frame. We have gifts this year, so I pulled those out so that I can probably incorporate those with the other gifts. I love these chipboard word strips, and I wish I used them more that year. So just going through my stash, I feel like this is a nice way to no pressure use some bits and pieces of my stash every year in hopes that I'm being a bit, I'm chipping away at my stash slowly but surely. And so this one is also embellishments from a previous year. Maybe last year was the year with the gingerbread, maybe. And so some of those things are from last year's advent calendar. Like, these are things that I really love, and that's one of the things that I'm really mindful of. Some of these are things that I like. Look at that snow globe. I wanted to use that last year, but I didn't get around to doing that. We have snow globes this year, so it might be a great way to pull that in. So looking for similar themed items. I really love those plastic pieces last year. These blue would be nice to incorporate because there is blue this year. So just going through bit by bit. I feel a little sad, to be honest. Seeing all these gorgeous things, I feel like perhaps at some point I will need to do some extra Christmas projects just to use. Look at all these beautiful things. Let's use my beautiful December daily things that haven't been used. I'm not sure how everybody works through their stash, especially the December daily stash, but I would love to know, how do you
store your stash. I know some people are really great with decluttering things that they don't think they would use. Some people hold on to them. I'm interested to know, what do you do? Do you keep them? Do you throw them out? Do you pass them on to your children, grandchildren? Do you pass them on to schools? Do you hope that one day you'll use them? Do you do extra Christmas projects? I was thinking to do an album this year for my son's 5th Christmas. It's just like something mini, but because I feel like with December, there's so many things that do not go into our December daily album because so much happens in the month that it'd be nice to just kind of pull out some photos, key photos from the year. And this doesn't have to be something that I work on in December. It could be something that I work on early next year, or even as a Christmas in July project, where I just kind of pull out photos of the kids and make a little mini album and use some bits more of my stash. We'll see how we go. So I'm just getting some of the things that I think will be able to work this year, and based on what I want to portray in this year's albums. I'm really excited about that photo prompt class that is coming up with Ali Edwards, and some of the photographers from the community who I love so much. So Kelly, Lisa, Azari, and they're doing a photography based class, and I am thrilled. I feel like I would learn so much from this class, and so I can't wait. And so these are some of my favorite projects. These are some of my favorite products, the canvas pockets. So I love this, and I use those. I created a lesson and product play for that a few years ago, and I loved how it turned out. So these are things that we could revisit, some of like all-time favorites. December daily album will be fun. And these are some of my favorites too. These library cards with the red and the white stripe behind. I used quite a bit of those, and tags. And this is a box of just tags from the collections or that kind of thing. Just pulling out to see which tags may fit in well. I have quite a few of the vellum shaker tags in there, which I could probably just use on a spread. And then I feel like I'm coming to the end. I just have a couple more little boxes here. So not wanting it to be overwhelming, but just wanting to, go through my stash and pull out some of the things that will work really well. And so even if, I know quite a lot of people are trying to use their stash for projects this year. No, this is a good way to kind of go through and organize things by theme. I have stars, I have chipboard letters, frames, plastic pieces. I have all the word things and labels in this section here that I'm working on. And then I organize the other two based on things that I loved as well. So just challenging myself to use a few more bits and pieces from my stash. And so once this is all set up, I felt like I was able to see my products that are available to me, and then start designing or thinking this ideation around foundation pages for this year, which got me really excited. And because it's only when I did this that I really see the die cut inserts, and I remember that there was a 2025 one here, and that's when the ideas for my title page came together from just going through my stash. So this is really quite beneficial of a process. Sometimes it feels like we can skip it and just go into creating pages because, whatever our situation is, we may or may not have a world of time, a big gap of time to just sit and create all day. Everybody's situation is different, but I felt like it was quite helpful. And it probably took me about 30 minutes or so to pull out everything and bring it all together. So I love how that came out. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you would watch my other December daily videos that I have uploaded this weekend with my title page and reason why, as well as my album prep and decorating my album, and then this organization video to show how I have put together my supplies. And coming up this week would be my ideation or idea sketching video, as well as bringing some foundation pages together so that I can, begin feeling like it won't be too much this year. So this is what it all looks like in the end. My little stadium organizer, my stamps behind, my stickers are all there, my envelopes, foundation pages, journal cards, little embellishments here, as well as other textured embellishments on that side. And then we have my little embellishment box, as well as other baskets with stash, my albums, and then all my excess supplies down below. So thank you so much for being here, and see you in the next video. Bye!